I'd like to tell you a little bit about teaching English in Moscow. Although right now I'm actually in Italy, which is one of the many benefits about working for a Russian family, is that you get to travel to so many places, and normally they're extremely luxurious. You wouldn't even normally be able to afford a bus ticket there. Valentin found me this job, and he works for English Nanny, which is a company that represents Simply Angelic in Russia, and I'd like to say that both companies are extremely professional and approachable. I think Valentin must live on his computer, because whenever I email him, he replies within about 10 or 15 minutes. I've also worked with Glyn in the past from Simply Angelic, and he's also great. So now I'll tell you a little bit about the job. Jobs vary on if you're more of a nanny or a governess. Traditionally, a governess is someone that educates children and looks after the general welfare of the children, and that's what I do. I think if you're a nanny, the qualifications that you'll need will vary. I'll tell you what I do. I have a degree in psychology and also a teaching certificate, and lots of experience teaching English and also other subjects. I've mainly worked with children between the ages of 3 to 12, and most of the time they have their own nannies, and that's what I prefer, because it then means I can concentrate on teaching. I've taught complete beginners and also children that are almost fluent, whose parents want to send them to English boarding school. So it's more about practicing past exams and brushing up on grammar and exam techniques and interview tips and things like that. I'd have to say one of the most important things about one of these jobs is flexibility. I mean, it's possible that you could be told that you have to be on an aeroplane within 4 hours or 5 hours. You have to be ready, you have to be prepared. I've given plenty of lessons at airports, long-haul flights, boats, you name it. So it's important to always have a lesson planned. It's also important to always have something entertaining to do, always have something available in your handbag with you at all times. You have to be available, have to be full of energy, and it's important to be resourceful and organised. If you love to travel, I'd say that's also a massive bonus, because you will be travelling a lot. I mean, obviously every family is different. Some families will be more demanding than others. It's important to find out where you fit in and if it suits you. Obviously it's really important to love what you are doing, because the sacrifices you do make going to Moscow have to be worthwhile for you. You can have so much fun in these jobs. I like doing things like arts and crafts with the children, and I think it's a valuable exercise for them too, at least I hope it is. I like to make sure the children get enough exercise and eat properly. It's not always in your control, but at least you can educate them on what a healthy lifestyle is and let them make their decisions. I value teaching children to think for themselves, enabling them to be themselves, provide them with the education they need to make the important decisions wisely. For me, that's the most rewarding thing. It's something you can do to make a real difference in a child's life, teaching them to respect themselves and others, and to think about life and to think about what's important for them. I'd say that's definitely the most rewarding, the most satisfying thing. A large part of what you will do will depend on the child. I mean, some children already have hobbies that they're passionate about, and it's important if you get involved with that too. I mean, I try to put some sort of structure in the day. I think routine does tend to be good for children. I mean, even if it's with young children, 5 minutes of reading, 10 minutes of play, 5 minutes of trying to spell something, and then next hour do completely different activities. I think at the beginning it's really important to bond with the child. Make sure they want to spend time with you, make sure that they want to communicate with you, even if they can't speak English yet. They need to be motivated to, and they will. It's so satisfying to hear them speak their first words, because they normally have the sweetest little Russian accent, and I just find that extremely satisfying. I think that's about all I have to say about the job. Obviously if you're more of a nanny, that's different, you'll be taking care of them, but I mean it's pretty much the same thing, it's just more taking care, and I think that's more to do with younger children. Yeah, good luck on your job search, and thank you for listening.